Thanks for joining us. This is Mark, along with my wife Sherry, my grandson John, and my granddaughter Abby. We make up the Product Review Geeks. We go and find products and services that are better suited for everybody. They cost less money and they're better. Now, let me ask you something. What do you want to be when you grow up? I used to ask myself this question all the time. What do I want to be when I grow up? Because in today's society with the internet and all that, you're just hit with hundreds of ads every day. If you do a search for something, that ad will follow you around like a lost puppy. They call it retargeting. They follow you. It's like being a bully, They just badger you. They keep badgering you. They bring it up and bring it up and bring it up because they're trying to get you to buy. Some of these products are not very good at all, and they're overpriced. What we've done is we've come up with a little system that will help you make a decision. We go out and we find all the best products and services, and we put them on our website. We do a little blog post on them or a video, YouTube video. There's a lot of, do you ever notice there's a lot of ads online about coaches? See, we're not coaches, we're consultants. But I was reading this thing the other day online about coaches. It says people become coaches because they can't really make the money that they want to make in their chosen field, so they become coaches in it. And it makes a lot of sense too. I seen an ad the other day about eBay, because I got an old eBay store, and I was thinking about maybe putting a couple little items on it, to try to sell a little bit and try it out and do a review on eBay. So I signed up for it. I put my phone number and stuff in there, and I get a text message, saying thanks and like that. And this guy texts me, and then he says, would you be, up for a phone call? I said, yeah, why not, So I am in Walmart, and he calls me. I'm in there shopping with my wife, and she's pulling me all around the store. Here, we got to do this, and we got to do that, and we got to find this, and we got to find that, and thinking, uh-oh, there goes the bank account. Well, anyways, he's talking to me, and he's asking me a couple of questions, and I hit him back with these other questions and answers and like that, and I got this guy all dumbfounded. He don't know which way is up, so he finally says, I'll send you a link, and you can talk to my manager and set up a consultation, a Zoom call, I guess. So I've got a Zoom call today at 3 o'clock. I think it's set up for like that. I'm going to go because I'm really curious, because this guy sounded like, they need to train these people better. If you're going to be a coach, then you need better training. It's just, I told the guy one thing, and he said, well, gee, I don't know what to say. I said, well, I got an eBay store. Because they're trying to sell me this course for drop shipping on eBay. How to make $10,000 a month drop shipping on eBay, which I'm sure is possible, but it's like and then again, it's a lot of work. We got the software and we got this and it's still a lot of work. It don't matter how you slice the bread, it's still going to be a lot of work. It's work. Everything is work. There ain't no shortcuts to success. Unless you happen to, even years ago when buying cryptocurrencies, it took, 10 years for them to really have any value. If you got, like I bought some Bitcoin years ago, maybe, a couple $100 worth. And I did make some money on it, but I cashed it out and, and $300 or $400. It wasn't a whole lot, but I made a little bit of money on it, but it took 10 years to do it. So, success takes time. It's disguised in overalls, and it requires a little sweat equity. And some people just don't want to take the distraction, the shiny object syndrome. I know how it is, because I'm telling you, that's why I started this Product Review Geeks, because I want to help people that, they can't really seem to concentrate on one thing. I've got that problem. I can't really concentrate on one thing. So what I do is I'll find a product, I'll test it out, and then I'll put it on our website, and I'll say, hey, yay or nay on this one. And that kind of helps my ADHD, is what my wife will say. Oh, there goes your ADHD again. Yeah, I know, dear. But, this really helps. And what I do is I really dig down and I find these, under the radar companies and products and services that people can use, and it don't cost them a whole lot of money, and they don't get sucked into spending all this money on something that they really don't need and then just move on to something else. I want to try to help you kind of close in on this stuff, so you're not spinning your wheels online. You got to really give you a chance to make some real money for a change instead of just nickel and dimes. So this is Mark from the Product Review Geeks. I'll leave a link to my website. You can check it out. I've got quite a few products on there already that you can test out. I only did the cream of the crop. I don't get the stuff on the first page or two of Google or Bing. No, I dig deeper. I research because it's better for all of us in the end. You get these smaller companies that they have a better product. They have better customer service. They're there to help you. They don't keep raising their prices, like, let's take an autoresponder, for instance. They've got these companies like Weber, I think they're one of the more popular brands. You do a search for them, they'll come right up in the search results. You can spend $1,000 a month on an autoresponder. I find autoresponders for as low as $15 a month. I mean, you can't beat that. There's a couple of them that I use. One's $15, one's actually $14 a month. They're talking about moving it up to $16 a month. And I got another one that's $27 a month. So between them two, I can do anything I want online. I can send out messages. I can send out broadcasts to my list. I can build squeed pages. I can build my list, because that's the most important thing. Building a list of people that are responsive to your offers, responsive to your business, to you. People don't buy from businesses. They buy from people. Well, thanks, everyone, for watching and listening today. Don't forget to get your heart checked. Get your health checked. We all need to practice good health. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you again in our next video.